Hello, everyone. Welcome to Polly's Pretties. This is our Saturday live, and it is October 7th. Let me tell my welcomes, and I'll tell you what we're going to get into. Okay, there's the welcome. So tonight, I'm going to color two pictures for you. I've got a happy as she is listed on Amazon. I'll bring you down to the desk so you can see. I've picked out some colors to try to work on the Michael Myers looking one with, and I've got, of course, my white one for blending. This bag here, in case you're wondering, has some metallic pencils in it, just in case I want to pull a metallic for maybe the knife or something like that. And I haven't picked out Mickey yet because I may do him in a mix of pencil and gel pen. I don't know yet. But we're going to start with Michael, and we'll get right into it. So let's just do exactly that. Let's begin with coloring in some of the rocks and things around him. And I'm going to color till I finish these two pages, unless, something else were to happen. This is the goal for tonight. So hopefully everybody's having a good Saturday. We had a pretty decent one. We went downtown to two fall festivals at a couple local churches. One we didn't buy anything at. They were just seriously overpriced for the stuff they had. The first one we went to was really neat, though. They had a lot of jewelry and pieces for jewelry and just different odd things. There were some games, there were some books, there was food. At the first one, we did get 2 quarts of haluki and 2 containers of barbecue pulled pork. Barbecued ham. That's what it was. And so we did get that, and of course you got buns with the barbecued ham. It was very delicious. We had that for lunch. So that was kind of fun. Got to get us out away from the house for a little bit. The only bad thing was that my mother-in-law took another fall. So definitely going to take her to get the x-rays Monday and blood work. So we'll see what's going on and go from there. But other than that, we had a fun day. Like I said, we got to get out. The weather was cooler. It had rained a bit this morning. Then the sun started shining, and it did get a little warmer, but it didn't get hot for the day. It was nice. But after her fall, we came on back because she fell on the way back home. So we came on back to the house and just decided to stay in for the remainder of the day and just relax. So we watched some Halloween movies and just had a good time with that. And we really did. We had like a very good time with the being out. So that's how that went today. Can't remember why I picked certain. Oh, okay, that's right. Okay. So, but anyway, that's kind of how that went, and we had a good time with it. So, but yes, for tonight's live, I will be coloring these two pictures, and like I said, I'm going to color them to fruition, unless something else changes. So that is how that will go. Has anyone else been out today and been to any festivals or so forth? I haven't seen any other festivals listed that are close to us we could get to. So, but we are definitely going to have some fun, relax with things. And hopefully Monday, Mom will find out what's either causing the pain still or if she chipped anything or what have you. Now that, she's fallen twice. And it was the same knee and same hand again, so she has to do some fasting for the blood work. So that's always lovely. Okay, so there's that part done. Very quiet coloring tonight. Mm-hmm.
Backward where you're coloring. If only it wouldn't rattle you around.
Yeah. Maybe.
Don't you do furniture things today?
Mm-hmm.
You know, the one you couldn't go down to, huh?
I would have liked to been able to get down to that one.
But I FaceTime you, so that kind of helped. Huh?
Yep.
Even though it's kind of hard to see with that little camera, huh? It's a little bit hard to see, or if you could make stuff out.
I could somewhat make colors out, but I couldn't make out what exactly everything was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I hope.
Sure to have their thing.
Okay. Okay, so there's that part. Now we just need to finish up this one by doing the knife. Okay. So there is our one from Lainey Dow. Completely finished. I think it turned out quite cute. Even though I used more fluorescent style colored pencils in some places. Okay, so we'll move this one out of the way. And then we will come in with our Mickey Mouse one. So, oh, geez, what if I strangle myself? Okay. Now, let me swee here. I don't know which ones these are. Let me look. Oh, yes, those should work nicely. Okay. I think. Yeah, there's a red. Okay, so we need red. We need some green and blue. Orange. And that might do it. Okay, so I don't know if I'll do it all in colored gel pen, but we'll see. So we'll get started on Mickey and we'll see how it goes. There it comes already. So no, my gel pen's out of ink. This one may take a little longer because of it being gel pen, but that's fine. I wonder. Do I have? Yes. Aha. Okay, now before I do the other side with that, I'm going to try to do it and see how it works. So here we go. Let's give me a two-colored, two-toned leaf. Kind of does. That's cool. So there you go. That's how you get like a blue-green leaf. You just color in lightly with your bottom color, which for me has been green, and then you color in a little more of the space with the blue when you go over it. Okay. Oh, oops. Better get this done in the green. Okay. Let me go over here and do my jack-o'-lantern top piece. Okay. Now we're going to come over here and finish these leaves. Okay, so there's our leaves and vines. And of course, Mickey's done. That leaves us our jack-o'-lantern. And I'm thinking about this. I think I'm going to do this 2 different ways here. So let me find a color here that's... Okay, I think that might work, hopefully. I think we'll try it this way. We'll try it on this back spurt right here. Right here. Okay. Oh, hello, Marlene. How are you, hon? Ah, yes. Yeah, that does exactly what I wanted. Good, good, good. Tonight I'm doing a couple different pages coloring in different ways, using different mediums to give it different looks. Here was the first page I did by Lainey Dow from Pumpkin Killers. I didn't put that on there, but anyway. But this one I did, it's all colored pencil. Even the metallic part here is metallic colored pencils. And then this is the second page I'm doing, and I'm kind of mixing it up. I've done dual layered gel pen, I've done single layered gel pen, and now I'm doing gel pen covered by colored pencil. Yeah, I can imagine you're still pretty sad, and unfortunately, probably as much as I hate to say it, will be for a while. I know I still can't read certain things and think about our Trixie girl, so I love my brownie boy. I do. Okay, so there's that. I hope over time that it will heal, not necessarily be better, but heal. I don't know that there is such a thing as better when you lose a pet slash friend that you love so very much. I can understand that. I know that, and I can say this 100%. Had Brownie Boy not been here when my Trixie passed, the sad truth of it all is we would not have had another pet in this house. I still, to this day, and it's very much true, I still to this day cannot read certain things that talk about dogs and so forth. I cannot see certain things, cannot watch certain things. And it's really, honestly, just the way it is. I just can't. It's still very painful and very hard, so I won't do that. My husband found a beautiful poem, if I could have made my way all the way through it the other day. But I literally read 3 lines and started crying and knew I had to move it away from me. Like I said, I think the only thing that really helps me cope is because we do have Brownie, and he is very much a vital, important part of my life. I know it can sound crazy to say that, but it's so true. I do honestly hope it heals in time for you and that things will get better. I'm beginning to wonder if. Oh, well, it's good that you wanted to share that, but at the same time, I definitely understand why you cried. Yes, I do. I definitely understand that. See, I couldn't give Trixie's toys to any other dog. I gave them to Brownie. I tried. I was going to donate her toys to a shelter here. Um, and when I went to box them up to do it, I couldn't. So I just kind of kept them, and Brownie has them now, and they're still in the house, and Brownie can play with them, and of course Brownie's his own little boy. He sometimes will play with some of the ones we had for her, and then other times he won't touch them. He'll just leave them lay in the box. So he does things his own way, that little boy. Yeah, I I don't know how I would get through that. See, like I said, with Brownie, with him being my support animal, where Trixie wasn't really. Of course, when we had Trixie, I didn't really need a support animal at that time. I still had full capabilities of walking and so forth. But I've learned a lot in needing a support animal. I never thought that I would need one really. And that's true. I never thought I would need a support animal. I thought that I was okay. Um, but life has a way of showing you sometimes you're not. You know, you can think you are, and sometimes you're not. And I thank God every day for Brownie because he really does seem to know just when he is needed most. So, and even with the house here being very full, um, he still seems to know when I need him, which I think is impressive. With him not even being a 4-year-old dog yet, so we didn't take him today when we went to the church festivals because they were inside the church at one place and the other place was outside, but they had it marked for no animals at all. Um, because of all the vendors set up and stuff was on the floor, stuff was on tables, stuff was, all over. One was inside and one was outside. So the one outside, strangely, was very overpriced, I thought, even for a church. But the first one we went to, we had a lot of fun. We ended up buying our lunch there. They had halushki, and they had barbecue ham, which we got, and it was delicious. Both of them were delicious, though I can't eat very much cabbage anymore. Cabbage, sauerkraut. I like them, but they don't like my body. So, but at least we got to get out, even though it rained early. Um, but by the time the festivals had started, the rain had stopped, so we got to get out and at least get some air, even though it wasn't too sunny until later. Uh, the sun didn't peek its head around until almost time for us to come home. Um, but it wasn't too bad. I mean, like, I didn't freeze or anything. I wore this t-shirt and had my little um, shawl over my arms and back and stuff. So it just made it so we had to take friend. Hello, friend Seller Riviera. Wow, I'm sorry if I messed up your name. Yeah, but we took the pushchair today because we couldn't get the electric one out with all the mud. Um, but we had a decent time. The only bad part was Mom fell again, unfortunately. Banged up the same knee and the same hand. So it's a good thing she's going for an X-ray Monday morning. But other than that, we had a good time out with our little festivals and really enjoyed just, talking to folks in the community and taking part in things. I can't get a hold of my pencil. As you can yeah, we're wondering if, okay, before she lived here, she lived with other family members. We'll just go that route. Um, and she didn't get out very often, so she didn't walk a whole lot there. So we're wondering if maybe her muscles are having some issue. Um, and we're hoping that by us getting her out and walking now and then, that maybe it'll help her out. The only thing is, with her now having 2 falls, we're also kind of wondering if maybe we need to look into a wheelchair for her to help her get around when we go out. I'd hate to do that to her, but at the same token, it's like looking at the lesser of two evils. Do you get the wheelchair and have her use it, and her maybe hate it, but yet she's safer because she's not falling? Or do you take the chance on letting her continue to walk around and maybe take a really bad fall? So it's kind of like we're at the lesser of two evils trying to figure out which way to go, what would be best. Because we don't want to see her in pain. We don't want to see her all turn, like, oh, she won't use a walker. This lady's way too proud for that. But we're trying to figure out what to do for her because we don't want to have her in pain all the time, obviously. So we're trying to figure it out. It's just kind of challenging because, like I mentioned, she is very proud. Okay. This is my husband's mother. And she, well, like all of us, she enjoys her independence. She really does. She's not a person who likes asking for help. She's not a person who wants to slow down, even though she is 73. Okay. Um, so we're kind of at that weird stage where, what do you do? You know, we're not putting her in her home. That's a given. We're not. She's going to be with us. But do we do something she's going to hate but might help her, or do we, like I said, risk a worse fall than these past two? I mean, I've seen her knee, I've doctored it. I've seen her hand, I've doctored it. Um, and even with mine and my husband's medical knowledge, we only cover so much. We're not a doctor. We're not a nurse. I mean, the closest we get to a nurse, I think, would probably be me with the training I have because of being a CNA and working with nurses daily. Him being a first responder, he has a lot of other different, what do you call it? Different talents, different knowledges. Um, but we're trying to figure out what we would do that would be best for her. Because she's been wearing a hand brace today since she fell, because the hand just is hurting too much for her to do anything. That's why she's not coloring tonight. She wanted to, but her hand was just hurting and her leg was hurting. And so I said, well, go sit in the recliner for now. And, maybe next week, after we get the x-ray and we see what else is going on. So that's what she's doing. She's resting in the recliner right now and watching movies, Halloween movies. I believe they had just watched Hocus Pocus. I'm not sure what's on right now. So we got her relaxing and just kind of seeing how it goes. And like I said, she has to fast and stuff tomorrow for her blood work that she has to have done. And so she's loving that. Not really. Um, but it's I will say, it's definitely different. When you're used to living alone, so to speak, with your family, and then you take in a loved one, and help them out, and they help you out. But it's hard, I guess, for me with her because not only is she my husband's mother, she's also someone I consider a very close friend. I love her to pieces, and I've known her for a good long while. I mean, you got to think about it. My son will be 26 in 2 days. And we've been here since before he was even 1 year old. Um, so I've known her a very long time. I know how tough she can be when she needs to. And I know how easily, as you age, you can get hurt. Um, and God knows I don't want anything to happen to her. I really don't. I know she's my mother-in-law, but I like her. I happen to love her, actually. She's a very good woman. And she puts up with a lot. She really does. So, I mean, if it gets down to it, I know I can always ring my oldest nephew, and talk with him about what he thinks the options are that should be weighed for her. And, you know, as far as, do we get her a walker and really aggravate her? Or do we get her a wheelchair and aggravate her? Or, do we let her try walking and if she falls again, deal with it? I know he worries about her too. So he's been keeping an eye and seeing how she's doing. And okay, well, I will say this. I think next time, if I'm going to use gel pen and go over it, excuse me, I will use marker and not pencil. The pencil makes it shiny, and shiny can be nice, but it doesn't give me the desired effect I was hoping. I mean, yeah, you're seeing tone on tone, which is great, but it doesn't give me the full fill-in like I was hoping. Me and this pumpkin are having a bit of a tizzle right here. I'm gonna finish it obviously because it would look stupid not to, but it definitely is not the desired effect I was hoping for. It's not bad, just not what I wanted. Um, so we'll go with that. But anyway, as far as things go, like I said, if I have to, I can always call the oldest nephew and see what his thoughts and opinions are on it, because he deals with a lot of her medical care and stuff like that, as far as like if she needs something special or whatnot. So, and I mean, if it's a simple thing, like let her use a wheelchair now and then. If it's a day where we can take both chairs, I'll use my electric one and give her the push one. And then, either the hubby or the daughter can push her. They don't mind. But if it's a day like today, we're kind of stuck. Unless we get another wheelchair, another push wheelchair. Which is an option too. And she's right now feeling kind of happy because we took and got her sunflower cover for her bed. She loves sunflowers and fall colors, and so we did that. And she got a pretty new bracelet today, and she got a pretty new necklace, or excuse me, she got 6 new bracelets today and a new necklace. At the fall festival sales we went to. So that always cheers you up when you find something pretty. She, like me, loves to, now that she's learning how, she loves to make her own bracelets and some earrings. And she hasn't tried a necklace yet because that's a little more time consuming. But eventually, hopefully, we'll get there. Hopefully, we'll get her into the whole shebang of it and give her something else to do other than her coloring and scrapbooking. I did talk to the boy this past weekend. He's doing pretty good, him and his girlfriend. They're still without a car, though, which is bothersome. Um, Unfortunately, they took hers and had it checked out to see if it was salvageable, and it is not. It is gone. So now comes the trying to find a new car in the money of the budget they have. So that should be interesting to see if they get it done. So, but they both are trying to do what they can, and so that'll be good. At least they're not, butting their heads against a wall. Okay. My daughter got, I think it was 3 new bracelets today. She was having so much fun at the festivals. It was nice to see her getting out and having fun and finding things she liked. Oh, and she finally has decided, and I have to say this, she has finally decided that she wants to get some rings and wear them. She finally got on the ring bandwagon. So we're gonna look for her some pretty rings and see what we can find. She's got an idea of some she wants. So we're gonna go looking. She still doesn't do the earrings because her ears aren't pierced and has no desire to get them pierced. So, and I'm not gonna push that. I don't think that's something that should be pushed. So, pardon the growl. Ooh, that didn't help. What did it do there? Okay, now we're good. But yeah, so she's finally into the ring section of jewelry. So we'll work on that for her. See what we can find that she likes. And can you believe it? In March, my baby, my little baby girl, turns 21. I'm not ready. Of course, I guess that don't much matter. But 21, I'm so not ready for it. My idea is lock the door and close curtains, and yeah, I don't think I'm gonna get away with that. Although I have to admit, she's not boy crazy or anything. She seems to be pretty, well grounded. So that's a plus in my favor. It's just hard to imagine my baby being 21. Ugh. I wish there was like a reverse button on children's aging. I don't know, adult aging too, for that matter. That you could hit the reverse when they hit a certain age and reverse them back a few years. Well, my jack o' lantern would definitely be shiny if nothing else. Do you ever want to like maybe reverse age your kids a couple years at least, or maybe 5 or 6 years? I know the funny thing is, and my son will probably shoot me if he heard me say this. I would like to take both my children back to when my son was about, I would say maybe 15, 16, and my daughter was right just before she started her teen years. Of course, my daughter would probably shoot me if she heard me say that too. But I really would. I miss their younger years so much. I think I just miss having them both at home a lot. Not that my son's girlfriend isn't amazing and wonderful and beautiful. She is. And she's very, very, very strong minded, um, which can be a blessing, especially in this family. But yeah, sometimes I'd like to just, I don't know, backwards age them, have that my home again for a few years. I miss kind of having them under feet and, being able to take care of them. And okay. So there is the pumpkin for this part. I've got to do the little top part where he's coming out of there. But I am going to do the end part of the eyes and the nose with just the colored pencil, because I do want it to be quite a bit lighter. Eh, Hopefully next Saturday, everybody will be. Yeah, yeah. Marlene, I agree with that 100%. I really do. I tell you, and it's like I said, it's not that I dislike my son's girlfriend in any way. I don't. I think she's wonderful. I mean, she could even come home with him. Um, I think I just want my kids here in my house under my roof. Um, I don't know. I guess that's just me. But I do. Like I said, my son could even bring his lovely girlfriend home with him, and she's welcome to stay here too. I have no issues with her. She's a beautiful, beautiful person. So, and I have loved every minute of getting to know her, every minute of talking to her. Um, I do. I really love her. I think she's a very, very wonderful person. I'm glad Tad found her. I'm glad he's had good fortune with her, because boy, I was wondering there for a while. Not about her, just about him having good fortune. Because the kid is cursed with my luck, which basically means we either have bad luck or no luck. Which I don't know which is worse. Who's a monster of a guy, hun? Who is?
That Christopher Lloyd.
Christopher Lloyd.
He played the Doctor in Back to the Future.
I was gonna say, isn't he Doc?
Yeah, but in Adam's Family must have been. I don't know. Back to the Future was before.
Yeah, Back to the Future was before the Addams Family, as well as I remember in the movie wise.
Young in Adam's Family, yeah. He was a monster of a guy.
Why? Who did he play?
Uncle Fester.
Wait, that was Christopher Lloyd?
Yeah, in the first Addams Family. That's Christopher Lloyd.
I'm gonna have to watch that again. I'm gonna have to watch that again because I don't remember that being him.
Because in Back to the Future, he was a little skinny.
Yeah,
dude.
he was a skinny dude, a skinny fast dude though.
Yeah.
He was very fast.
Addams Family.
Okay, so now what's left is to color the Happy Halloween at the top. Because obviously I'm not going to do his gloves or his face because that's the Mickey Mouse look. And the jack-o'-lantern, I guess, isn't horrible. If you're going for texture, it's got a lot of that. So, let me see. What kind of colors do I have in this crazy thing? So I can do the Happy Halloween in colors. Okay, I don't want any red, that's for sure. I don't want that one. That's a different one. Let's try that one. Okay, I have a dark one and I have a light one here. There's a light one like that. Okay, so I use those and we'll see how it goes. So, it'll be a little bit off kilter maybe. Okay, no cap on that one. Oh, come on, work. Don't fight with me. Work. There we go. Now we're getting some color. Marlene, do you celebrate Halloween usually? Ah, okay. I know some people don't like Halloween. That's why I ask. Um, we have a neighbor up the road that just despises everything to do with Halloween. I don't know why either, because I'm just like, okay, it's Halloween. It's what's there to despise really? But yeah, we have neighbors that don't like it. Then we have neighbors that I think are a little wild about Halloween. There's one house that I think every inch of their yard has some kind of Halloween blow up in it. Although it didn't do them any good this morning when the wind was kicking and everything, because it blew one of their blow ups clear across the street. I won't put my blow ups out until closer to Halloween because I'm afraid of them getting blown apart. Sometimes the wind here gets a little crazy. We've got the inside of the house decorated, and I've got my little treat. I don't really do bags. I'm gonna do little treat boxes for us and put little treats in it. And I've made little witches brooms to tie on the outside for like a little decorative effect and stuff like that to just kind of make it fun. We're gonna get, I think, pizza that night and do some movies and just kind of have fun, relax. Do our relaxing before the big holidays come in, because then there is no such thing. Once those big holidays hit, it's over. Yep. Do you still have your cap? I can't tell if you're a cap or if you busted somehow. Nope, it was a cap. Okay. When my son was here and we, all did it, we used to put on movies. We'd let each kid pick one movie. We'd get the pizza. We would have soda and stuff like that and little extra like candy type snacks since they were both too old to trick or treat anymore. And we would pile up out in the living room, get blankets and all that, turn the lights all off and everything, and we'd just have a good evening of it. Now there's only one youngin' to pick a movie, so, and she's not too youngin' anymore, but that's all right. We have decorated the yard for years. The only thing is we learned really quickly, I think it was 2 years ago, that we have to make sure when we do to lock both the front and the back gate. Um, because it wasn't the little kids, which is funny, but there were older kids from other neighborhoods that would come and just purposely beat the snot out of anything in your yard. Whether you had the I guess they call them foam gravestones, or whether you had the blow up things, or it didn't matter what it was, but they would just come in your yard and just literally beat the tar out of anything you had sitting up. So we real quick learned we had to start locking the gates, and as much unfun as that is, and it's just not fun to have to lock a gate to keep people out. Um, we do that. One, it keeps the decorations safe. Two, we don't have kids getting hurt either, because some of the blow up decorations come with like what do they call them? The pokey, like a plant poke almost, that you put in the yard to help tie them down, and they can be kind of dangerous. Okay, this pen has evidently went by the wayside. So bye bye pen. But yeah, we've had to do that. And the other thing was we used to sit outside and have the dogs out when we had more than one dog and when we just had Trixie. And you wouldn't believe how cool older kids can be to animals. They just don't think about it, you know. They're entering that animal's domain, and it's weird. So we decided, nah, if we're gonna decorate the yard, one, we lock the gates, and we don't let any of the pups out unless we're obviously right there with them. Even if the kids are there, we know we have to be right there with them. I know we've got a little bit yet here before their trick-or-treating date. I guess I could do that. We have a blow-up archway for Halloween, and we have like the horseman's carriage. That's a blow-up item for Halloween. And we have I think she's still out there. She better still be out there. We have a blow-up witch that we got, I want to say last year. I think we bought her. The horseman's carriage is a big thing. When we put that up, it takes hours to set it up. It's like the archway. The archway is a really big one. It takes us a long time to get it inflated. So, but we do have them, and we like to decorate. The two times we decorate, it sounds crazy. 2 times we decorate most is Halloween and Christmas. Christmas is nuts. Oh Lord, I tell you what, I could probably decorate 3 houses with all my Christmas junk. But I love Christmas. I don't know. I don't know why I like Christmas the way I do, but I do. What was that, honey?
There's a commercial that somebody's asked, "Are you happy?" Not when I'm on the phone with you. It's like, ouch, holy crap.
Ooh, that's not a nice answer.
That's a burn.
Okay, where's an orange here?
That hurt me, and it wasn't even directed towards me. That hurts, man.
Some of these commercials they show nowadays, boy, they are rough.
Kardashian commercials, so go figure.
Oh well, the Kardashians. There you go.
They're kind of ignorant to begin with. They really are. Watch out! His legs are like right under your.
I know. Heel. I'm not moving.
You even move a teeny bit.
I'm not moving.
Your chair.
I'm not moving at
You're
all.
Gonna run over his legs.
I'm not moving at all. I don't want to hurt a baby. No. Got to keep my baby safe. Gotta keep the baby safe. So we're coming along. We have Happy done. We're working the rest of the way on Halloween. Um, Definitely gonna finish it. Hey, don't be dissing the Addams Family, man. I used to love watching the Addams Family when I was younger. Those and the Munsters. I don't know if anybody even remembers who the Munsters are. Do you have a favorite Halloween movie that you like to watch? I don't know which to say would be my favorite. I really don't. I like a lot of Halloween movies. I know Freeform, I think is the name of the channel, has had a ton of Halloween movies on, and it's not even anywhere near Halloween yet. Ooh, good choices, Marlene. I actually am a Hocus Pocus fanatic. I actually love Hocus Pocus. I mean, there's other ones I like too, but I like Halloween Town and Halloween Town High and all those too. Um, I used to be heavy into the whole Michael Myers and like the more horror sect of the movies, but they've kind of burnt me out on a lot of them. Like I used to love Nightmare on Elm Street, and then they just kept making them and making them and making them, and ugh. You don't like horror, okay? I guess I got stuck on horror as a kid because I really loved horror movies then. Um, I'm sure my mother wasn't too thankful for my choice, considering that she was not great big on horror. She would watch it, but it wasn't her thing. I have an aunt. Oh, yeah, I have an aunt that used to like horror movies too. I don't know if she still does. There we go. And I do like to watch The Nightmare Before Christmas. I love Jack and Sally and Oogie Boogie, and I like most. And this is what's really weird. I like most of Tim Burton's movies. I really do. Of course, if they have Johnny Depp in them, then they're even better. but that's just my opinion. I did hear that they're supposed to be making a Hocus Pocus 3. I don't know anything about it, but they're supposed to be making one. And then the other one is they're supposed to be making a, what was that? Not Terminator, Predator. That's what it was. But this Predator is going to be Arnold Schwarzenegger, Sylvester Stallone, and The Rock. Dwayne Johnson. I couldn't think of his other name at the moment. But they're all supposed to be in it, and they're supposed to be making it. Now, I don't know how soon or when or any of that, but I said if they make the Predator that way, I may actually have to watch it just to see. And of course, if they make Hocus Pocus 3, I'm going to watch it. Whee! That one is finally done. Wow. I put enough color in that. You definitely can't say it's boring. And this one again was from Wonder Day, and it was just called Halloween 93. So that's how that one went. So as far as how the pictures went tonight, we had this one, and we had this one. So definitely a difference, in look, in color, and everything else pretty much. But this one I did use some like fluorescent / neon type colors, like with the pumpkin and the green on it and the grass and like the orange on his little t-shirt. And then I used metallics for the knife. So not that the metallics ever look metallic. I really wish they would fix that somehow. And then this one, of course, was mostly gel pen with a follow-up for the pumpkin of the colored pencil. So, two very cute pictures done 2 different ways. Excuse me, I promise it's not you guys. It's just been a very long day when I get up at 7 a.m. And, well, it was even earlier today because my body just decided it was done sleeping, I guess. But yeah, I was up at I think it was just turning 6 o'clock. It was still dark outside, which was rough. When it's so dark outside and you get up, you're kind of going, But yeah, so that's how that went.
Is that your second page?
Yeah, see?
It's a pumpkin.
It's a Mickey Mouse pumpkin.
I bet Mickey Mouse stinks like a pumpkin.
No, I bet Mickey Mouse stinks like a mouse.
Oh, if he's in a pumpkin, he stinks like a pumpkin. I've been seeing that a lot. I want to try that experiment, I think. Take a pumpkin outside, see how many rubber bands I can put on it before it explodes.
Oh, Lord, I don't know about that.
I've seen a lot of people doing that. Yeah, it does. It explodes. It's kind of cool to watch.
You would think it was cool. You're the odd person who would think that was cool. But yeah, there's our pictures for this evening, and I hope you guys liked them. I thought that today would be a good day to color with all the busyness we had going on.
I remember that big sword I had? I chopped the crap out of a pumpkin with it.
Mm-hmm. But I have been showing, for those who don't know, my coloring book collection in chunks, I guess we'll call it. So that if anybody would want to do a color along, like if you have the same book or a buddy color, and you have the same book and you hit me up, we could try to look into that. I currently have my Halloween books up and the rest of my holiday books up. Hopefully, maybe Monday, if it's not crazy busy again, I can get another section of books up. and see how far I can get. I know it'll change probably after Christmas because we usually do coloring books at Christmas and see, who gets what. So, but at least for now, it'll be what I have and go from there. So, I'm still alive. It was Boogie sweatpants for Christmas.
Okay, sweat.
Yeah, those really decorative, like top where they have like flowers and stuff. But yeah, as far as things go, yes, as you heard, we started our Christmas shopping. Nothing crazy yet, just little bits and bobs.
UPS ruined your Temu stuff.
And I am so angry with UPS because, well, USPS, I guess, is who delivered it. UPS, okay. UPS pretty much ruined an entire Temu haul for me.
They threw it on the sidewalk in the front.
First, they ruined the packaging. Then they threw it on the sidewalk in the front of our house instead of putting it in the mailbox.
Right in the middle of the sidewalk for anybody to walk by and pick up.
So they busted a good bit of the beads. They busted some necklaces. They busted, what do they call those? A spool that cording was on.
I fixed the necklace. So the necklace.
They just ruined like a huge amount of stuff.
Because we fixed the necklace. We didn't have to.
So I was very aggravated with them. And especially since it was all Christmas stuff, and it makes me just, I can't even, it wasn't Temu that ruined it. Okay, I mean, for a while I was mad. I thought it was Temu, but it wasn't Temu. It was the UPS.
Once it leaves the Temu warehouse, they can't control what.
But I was so angry because, like I said, I specifically wanted this stuff for Christmas for folks, and I'd like to just give UPS a kick in the tush, because there were so many things ruined. I mean, we're salvaging what we can of it, but it just irritates me. I mean, if it was just a regular order, I mean, I still would have been mad. But if it was a regular order, at least with a regular order, I can go, okay, well, I can take 6 months and return this and wait. But when it's a Christmas order, you don't have 6 months. By the way, hi, here I am. But yeah, it irritated me because I had stuff in there for folks for Christmas, and it just made me want to pull my hair out. I couldn't believe how much they ruined. And I mean, it wasn't like it was this huge box, I mean, I could see, if it was so big that it was really awkward to carry, but it wasn't. So I was very angry. I don't know. I already, the bad thing is I like Temu though. A little too much maybe. I already have some things in the cart trying to put together another Christmas order, and hopefully I'll get it before Christmas. Hopefully. Even my Amazon package that came this time was like chewed up and stuff, and I'm trying to figure out why. It's like, I get that you're, delivering a lot of mail now this time of year, but that doesn't mean be any less careful with it than you are any of the rest of the year. As a matter of fact, now you should be even more careful. But it just, I don't know, it irritated me. So, plus the thing is, our mail route here, where we're at, I don't understand. They don't consider it what they call a permanent route. I mean, we've only lived here 26 years. I don't know why it's not a permanent route. But they don't consider it a permanent route according to them. So that means whatever mail carrier gets the route that day is whoever gets the route that day. And I said, well, if we don't have a permanent mail carrier and we're not considered a permanent route, then that sounds like a problem that needs fixed. But they do what they do, can't control what they do. but it was just kind of grr because my Amazon package was a mess from the regular post office, and then my UPS package from Temu was a mess, and I'm like, oh great. And they have the way that the house here is set up is there actually is a front porch that's rather large that they could actually put the packages up on if they're too big for the mailboxes. So it's not like they don't have a way to get them out of the weather or off of the street or anything. They're just lazy. And we had to wait, what was it, 4 days for a poster, a paper poster, to get to the right address because the mailman apparently couldn't read the address. Even though when we got it, I looked to see about the address and the address was clear as day. So, I don't know. Yeah, it ended up 4th Street server at a friend of ours' house. Then he was supposed to pick it up that day and deliver it here. So he picked it up that day and delivered it to Street server to someone that I used to teach their child at the after school program. Then picked it up from there the next morning and delivered it to 4 houses up on our street. And I'm like, really? Just, really? Luckily enough, the guy that they delivered it to on our street knows us and saw my daughter out walking Brownie and says, hey, I think this belongs to you. You want to take it home? And so she brought it down to us. But yeah, I mean, it was crazy. And I said, yeah, it just goes to show, you get a job working for the Postal Service, right? Okay, and they supposedly pay you pretty good. And you can't even deliver a simple poster. I mean, like, for real? I mean, like I said to the lady when I called the post office about it, I said, what if that had been my diabetic medicine coming in the mail? That's something you can't play around with. You can't just deliver it wherever. And you can't just drop it on the ground. I mean, it just drives me crazy. And all they tell you is, well, we'll have a talk with the mail carriers, but we can't promise anything. We pay how much for stamps and how much in postage to send a package, and you can't promise anything? Yay. But it's one of those things where I even have said to the mail people, is it a lack of funding that you can't find a mail carrier for this route? Because the route that we're on, according to the way that they break the routes down here, our route really isn't even that big. They do 3 streets, top to bottom, and then they make a run back to the post office and have to empty a bunch of regular little, well, they're not little, the big blue mailboxes that you drop mail in. And I sat there and I said to her, I said, God, I said, you know what, give me a mail bag. I said, I'll run it around in my wheelchair. It's ridiculous. Here I am. I'd love to be able to go to work and nobody will hire me because I'm in a wheelchair, in an electric one. And they won't hire me. They see my application, see I'm in a wheelchair, and file 13. But yet you have these people that get hired, they're making like $21 an hour, and they don't deliver the packages where they're supposed to. And it just, I don't know. It's crazy. It's insane. And I sat there and thought about mailing my son's package to the mail for Christmas this year, and I don't know if I want to. I'm almost afraid that his package won't get to him. Of course, out there they have a lot of trouble with, I guess they call them porch pirates. People that go up on your porch when you're not there and take your packages when they show up. So don't want to go that route either. I don't want to buy them something and, get it there and then them not get it. So I don't know. we're talking about doing things a little bit different way this year with them, so we'll see how it all works, I guess. But I don't know. Are your kids going to be coming up for Christmas? Or are you going down, Marlene? Over? Down? I think that's down. I think it's down from Pennsylvania. I'm not sure. Ooh, that'd be nice. That'll be nice. Well, I hope you have a good time. I hope you get to spend a lot of time with the kids. Do. Unfortunately, with my son's girlfriend's car going kaput, we won't be seeing them. Not for the holidays. Hopefully, after the new year they'll get some transportation. Then maybe in the summer. So, I mean, that's the hope anyway. Although with the way the world is, you never can tell. But we're hoping. We're crossing our fingers. Can't wait to have him come visit. Although poor Tad might need a neck brace because I may hug him so hard that he feels it for the next 20 years. And we've already warned his girlfriend that I'm a hugger, and she said that's okay. She accepts all hugs. So, but yeah, I can't wait till the first time they get to come visit. I will probably be standing out on the sidewalk upside down on my head. Just, gosh, I didn't know you could miss one of your children so very, 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 very much. I mean, I knew I missed him when he went to work, but that was just a little miss, and he was coming home that night, and I knew it. But now he seems like he's a world away. I know he's not, but I'm going to tell you what. I've already told him when he gets home, I will probably hug him 10,000 times in one day. I just can't even. I forget how many hours we decided Tad and Amanda were away from us. I know we're on one coast and they're on the other. So, but I know that I will probably annoy my son the first time he comes home for a visit. I'm sure after about the first 3 hours of hugging him, he'll be like, "Mom, would you get off me and go away?" And I'm going to try not to hug Amanda too much. So, I don't want to break her. She's little. And I told them, they have to be ready for Brownie, and both of them are excited. They're ready for Brownie, trust me. He will be greatly welcomed with big open arms from both. Although I may have to get me a shotgun. That way when they go to leave, I can make sure they don't take my dog. Because they both love dogs. They do. They love dogs. So. But I know Rory's going to be so excited to see her big brother the first time they come visit. Well, she hasn't seen him for it's been about 2.5 years now. And that doesn't sound like much. I know it doesn't, but it feels like an eternity. It feels crazy like an eternity. But I know that when he gets home, he's going to be smothered with affection. That poor kid will be glad to go back so he can get away from everybody hugging him. And especially with his Mimi here, too. She will just. I don't even know if she'll let him get in the door. Tad was one of her babies, so I don't know if she'll let him get in the door before he gets hugged from her. Although as tiny and short and little as she is, and as big and tall as he is, that may be a task. We may have to get her stuff out of her. But yeah, we're all missing him. Ready for him to come home and spend time. Of course, if it was me, they'd come home and never leave. If it was my choice. But I guess there comes that time where you just have to let them go. Not that I'm particularly fond of that. We talk to him on Discord chat on Sundays, and we get on cam now and then, and boy, that kid, he has grown. Oh my gosh. Such a different kid to what he was when he was living at home. Of course, it is different. I mean, he's got to pay his own rent. He's got to pay his own utilities. He's got to pay his own everything. You know, mom and dad aren't there anymore to pay any of it. So, whole different world when they turn into an adult. I wasn't sure I was ready for them to be teenagers, and then it seemed like I turned around and they were adults, and I'm not ready for that either. It's like I told Rory, you know, she'll be 21 in March, and I told her, I said, I'm not ready for this. I said, we need to back this up a bit. 21, wow. She's getting too old, too quick for my taste. I can remember just bringing her home from the hospital, and it seems like it was yesterday. And then I remember her toddling, and I remember her first time talking, and I remember Tad's first spaghetti dinner. I mean, who could forget that? It was on my ceiling. Yeah, that's a whole story. Jeez. You know, I don't even want to think about 30 and 36 because see, here's the funny thing. Okay, and then this is just trippy. I am 5 years older than my husband Chris. Tad's girlfriend Amanda is 5 years older than him. Tad is 5 years older than his sister. Tell me that ain't some weird crap. That's just too many fives there. Way too many fives there. But it's kind of interesting because the other thing we were looking at is how birthdays run between his girlfriend's family and our family. And man, ooh, that's some spooky stuff. Oof. I told him, I said, I said, I don't know if I like this. I said, this is, you know, a little too close here. But they're very sweet people. I mean, I've only talked to her mother a little, but she seems very sweet, very kind. Just a very genuine person. Oh, well, happy birthday, hon. My goodness, I didn't even know. See? I'm losing it. My goodness, I'm going to need a sticky note. But happy birthday. I can't hug you for real, but you know what? If you got a good imagination, just imagine that from 7 o'clock until 9 o'clock in the morning tomorrow, I am hugging you, and giving you a nice cup of coffee. Everybody needs coffee. I know me if I don't have my coffee. Goof. Shoot it, put it in the ground, put it in the closet. Don't let it out. Oh, you're welcome, honey. I wish I had known earlier. Goodness. I'm gonna have to start writing things down, or getting me a note. What is it? Not a notebook. Blah, blah, blah. A tablet. That's what I was trying to think of. Get me a tablet so I can put important dates in it, and then maybe like set some kind of reminder so it goes off. I'll tell you, if I hadn't been there when my kids were born, I'd probably forget their birthdays. Thank God I don't, though. And I try to always make Tad an interesting birthday card, and then kind of like a funny, silly Halloween card because his birthday being in October. And I failed this year. I can't figure out a Halloween card to make that kid. My brain got stuck on his birthday card, and I knew what I wanted to do there. That one was easy, and yeah, I knew what I wanted for that. But I can't figure out a funny Halloween card for him yet. Pardon me. My goodness. I guess that means I must be. Oh yeah, I didn't realize it was that time. Wow, it's 8:30. Gosh, I've been running my mouth all this time. Oh, well, I guess I had better say my good evenings and get on off of here and snuggle my little brown one for a little while. Snuggle my soon-to-be 21-year-old. Thank God she still likes snuggles. And then go give my other half at least a kiss for being so amazing today. And hug my mummy. Hopefully she'll feel better tomorrow. Yeah, trust me, today when I had to leave him here to go to the church sales, I came back home and I ran right in and he was the first one I hugged. Isn't it crazy you run in and hug your dog? But I did. I ran in and hugged him because he's my wheel baby. He's starting to look like a little bear again right now because we haven't got him another groomer appointment set up. We've been waiting to get him in to get his updated shots and stuff for his 3-year. He goes in November. He's not going to like us very much that day. But at least he'll be healthy. So that's the positive on that. Got to keep my boy healthy. But yes, I plan to snuggle him and snuggle him and snuggle him. I'm sure he'll get sick of me and be like, okay, woman, get up off me. I laugh because between me and my mother-in-law and my daughter and my hubby, we all snuggle him like crazy. It's a good thing he likes Lovins. It is. It's a good thing he likes Lovins. Or else any other dog probably would have bit one of us by now. But he's very good temperament. Well, tell the hubby hello, and you have a good night, sis. And remember, I love you. I do. I love you bunches. I hope you have a beautiful birthday. On that note, folks, I should probably skedaddle too. Thank you all for being here. I really do appreciate it. Thank you. Please remember, my friends, you are beautiful. You are amazing. You are loved. And if someone tells you different, immediately understand that it is false. Please pay it forward when you can. You don't know when you might need it back. Be kind till there's reason not to be. Then don't be mean. Just avoid the negativity. Stay safe. The world's absolutely wacko. Let's just not make it any worse. Hug your loved ones. It's good for them. It's good for you. It's medically proven. And then when you're finished with all that, take a couple minutes and very gently, tenderly hug your fur babies. They need it too. They go through just as much as we do. And with that being said, I'm going to go snuggle my babies. So whether they're big or small. Much love to you all. Thank you all for being here. I hope you enjoyed this evening. And until we talk again, Mm.